You already got a smile. What is good, Z Nation? Back to it, DailyXander 281, another installment of DailyXander podcast, and I'm with Mr. Sicario, the Jet, the one and only,
the man,
on
the legend,
the podcast, making his second podcast appearance. And before we go into the podcast, just a little note: we are here at the Altamont Springs Starbucks, where you can have a podcast anywhere and everywhere and make moments and deep connections happen. So, without further ado, Mr. Jet, how have you been today?
Things cannot get any better, brother. I mean, just living in Florida, I'm telling you, just that Florida spirit, that Florida persona that I got, it's opened doors for me for something like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they say, if you always, it's like a magnet, you know, if you just walk around depressed with the rain over your you know, feeling like always the cloudy, the raindrops, then nobody's gonna want to chill with you. You're always gonna own up negative stuff, and it can actually hurt your health.
Yep.
You know, you can get sick, you get headaches, you even start creating scenarios, feeling sorry for yourself, and to the point where it's like, hey, nobody wants to listen to you crap anymore.
Yep.
But if you're always happy, you know, or you think positive, and I don't mean just think positive like on a good day, even on a bad day, or your worst day, your darkest day, think positive. Something's gonna come out of this. This is not forever. Not even life is not even eternal. But darkness is not even forever. Even though darkness is so powerful, something like this is gonna happen. You know. And today, you know, I did my first photo booth for modeling. You know, when I have already agencies calling me up, did interviews with them. So, and what I didn't tell you, I was gonna say that a little bit. The whole vigilante thing that I've been doing, you know, hunting pedophiles and predators, it's open pros and cons. And one guy I'm friends with that you heard him singing, "I don't wanna lose your love tonight." You heard him singing that in the video?
Yeah. Wait. Video? What video was on?
No, the Instagram where you heard the guy on my page. He was like, you heard that song, "I don't wanna lose your love." He's an entrepreneur, and he was like, "Hey man, I sing your stuff," and I was thinking of doing a story on that. So he's trying to, I don't want to get into too much details about that, but we're talking, he's talking to some people, and so doors are opening. And already I'm doing a little modeling, small time here. Now I'm doing photo shoots I just did today, and now here I am, and yeah, I feel like a celebrity. I feel like I'm on top of the world. So it's a good day, great day on a Friday.
That's good, man. Because you can even go with the perspective, depending how you view the Earth. You could say where we're at right now in Central Florida, Orlando, Florida, could actually be the top of the world, depending how you view the world.
Yeah.
Let alone you do have the feeling of feeling on top of the world because of all these things that have gone on today.
Yeah.
Which all comes back to perspective. Perspective's big. Yeah. Share. Because we've been talking for about the past couple hours. We got caught up on some stuff. But
Deep stuff.
Go also into detail the thing you did today that gave somebody value, which was when you were coming over to meet me at Whole Foods. What was the item or the interaction you had with somebody?
That was like a bonus.
Yeah, that was
right?
a good bonus.
That was the thing is, I didn't come driving today. I decided to hell with it, I'll just take the bus, and I came with a positive attitude. Got on the bus, nobody was there. Got dropped off to my spot. Texted him saying, "All right, I'm in the area."
Yeah.
As I'm walking down at the edge on the corner of the bus stop, I see two cell phones. One is cracked up. They're both not really good, but one is like the screen is just cracked up. There's no way of opening one, and the other one is still working, but it's about to die. And there was some text message from earlier, and I was like, "Oh crap, I could pawn this." But then I was like, "Oh wait a minute, you know, this looks like an important text message. It says mom on it." So I'm like, okay, this mother's trying to reach out to this kid, and she's saying, I'm at the mall. So this is pretty recent stuff. So I was like, I'm looking around like, okay, I don't see anybody. So either the mom met her kid, and she left the phone, or just misplaced it, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I started looking at the pictures, and I started thinking, okay, this person. So I called the mother up, and I said to whoever your daughter, your son, whoever owns this phone, I have it with me, and your son or your daughter left it here. Would you like to come and get it? They came, and it turns out we're not just not just a nice mom. It was a beautiful daughter, and she came, gave me a hug. She was very sweet. Put my charm on, and she was legal. Thankfully, she told me on the phone that she was 27, because I see all these females walking around. They're like 15, dressing like in their 20s, which scares me. Yeah. And she told me, I'm 27, and we started talking. I said, can I have your number? She's like, okay, yeah, that's the reward. And I was like, all right, bet. She gave me her number. She called me. She said, that's me. And she saved my number. And just as I was walking, she called me right away. And she left the voicemail. I called her back. We started talking, so I just did one good thing, and it led to another. So it opened another door for me, so yeah. And then here we are again. So that's another story to tell for today.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting, like you could say, like, in order for you to receive value or just positivity back, you have to first give it out.
Right.
And by giving it out, a lot of times you're going to receive it back.
That's true.
Whether it's in the form of just like knowing you brighten somebody's day, or it could even go an extension of that, where you have this example like what you experienced, where there's other benefits, like just meeting somebody else, getting a hug, or who knows where it goes from there. But it's just interesting to kind of get that sense and mindset of like, you just continue to always give more than you take, and by giving more, a lot of times you'll get back in return what a lot of times we're looking for.
Yeah, it's like what do you call it? Boomerang, whatever.
Boomerang, yeah,
Boomerang comes out.
Yeah, we're putting that. We carry with us wherever we go a value boomerang. Where we throw it out, that value boomerang, and it
comes back to us.
Comes back to us, full circle indeed.
So yeah, today's been a good day.
It's been a good day, and right now we're not burning the midnight oil, but it was about 11 at night almost.
Just about
11 at night, and this is what you do. This is how you have a productive Friday night. Kind of recapping, reflecting on the day, maybe your week or whatever, and getting all the thoughts out. In a lot of ways, it's a form of like venting. No, we're not really like venting. I feel like you're almost complaining. We're not venting. We're mind exploring right now. Me and him right now. We're like Christopher Columbus, and we're sailing the vastness of our minds and seeing where it takes us. We're not going to do any type of Christopher Columbus like killings of the local natives or whatever in our mind. We're not doing that. I'm just talking about like the exploratory aspect of it and seeing where it goes.
We have enough killing going on in this world.
That's very true. Look at that. A lot of killing indeed. That's very true. All right, man. I always like to. I think I already. Did I ask you today what you're? Did I? Yeah, I asked you right off the bat. Like, what are you grateful for today? And then I think that's what led. Did I ask you that? Right? Didn't I ask you? No?
We kind of got around to it.
Who did I didn't ask you that?
No, you did not.
Well, I feel like I ask people that all the time. Well, okay. Well, that's what you're being asked right now. What are you grateful for right now in this moment?
Just one thing or many things?
Just whatever comes to you right off the bat. Roll with it and see what.
One is that photo booth.
Yeah.
Because the photo shoot, that I took today, because it wasn't just some random guy. It was a guy I haven't seen since 2007, if I remember correctly. It's a blur.
Oh, that's right. But previous friend, yeah.
It was actually more my older brother's friend, but it was a different time period. I wasn't the same person I am today.
Yeah.
I was a very quiet, shy, low self-esteem, insecure, goody good, and I wanted people to see who I am now, because it would be a lot easier for me to move on from that guy.
Right.
Because you can move on, but sometimes you're gonna have people that still look at you as the same old book when I'm trying to rewrite the new chapter, which won't make it easier for me to move on. But he's actually a great photographer, and that's what he does. And that's what I meant by open doors, because it wasn't just some random guy. It was this guy in the right time, in the right place, who knows what he's doing. He does it for a living, and it just opened many doors for me, because we're talking more things now. And same with the modeling agency. And I'm grateful for today is that when this stuff happens, I realize I'm more grateful and I'm more rich as a person. Maybe not in my bank account that I'm a billionaire, but my mentality is that I'm more rich than I think, because
it's like emotional richness.
Just that, and just happiness. I'm more joyful that I can live. I can look out the window, or I can sit here and I can see this beautiful view. And I realize I'm in Florida. It feels like I'm kind of like in Hollywood, let's put it that way. And I'm trying to live that life. You know,
We're looking at palm trees right now.
yeah. Well, and don't forget the
The
Hana Sushi.
The Hana Sushi, yeah. We're in the Starbucks Altamont Springs locations in this. The white Mustang, if you couldn't tell by the noise.
And,
With Starbucks here is in a little strip mall, so yeah. Sushi.
It's just a beautiful outlet that I really love. And just not just here in general, just for me, like I can look out my window, I can go for a walk. For this kind of stuff, that spirit comes alive, and it grows too. A palm tree, you know, something very big, like because it's something I'm more happy than ever before, because of just even stuff what I went through up north. And I'll never go through that again. I know for a fact I'll never go through that again.
Yeah, it'd be at this point, it'd be doing yourself a disservice if you kind of find yourself in a similar environment like what you experienced in Hamilton. I find it interesting. I think you mentioned this last time we talked and we did like a podcast where you brought up like Hamilton, which is Hamilton, Canada. The way you guys would refer to it living there, you would call it Hell-Hamilton.
Hell molten.
Hell molten, because it was like hell in that sense.
It was really literally hell on earth. I mean, you walk out, like how I'm saying, you know, walk out here, you feel a beautiful environment. You walk out there, you literally feel like it's hell on earth. Mm-hmm. You see, people are very up there where I lived were very unguarded. It was almost like they were poisoned, they were polluted, they were sick mentally. And I don't mean like they were like mentally, no offense, but they were like just sick, angry people. There was no happiness, there was no joy. And that's pretty much the way of hell is. There's no joy, there's no happiness. There's always screaming, there's always anger, there's always depression. There's always that one F-bomb. But there's two F-bombs that are more powerful than that other F-bomb. The other F-bomb is just hate. The other two F-bombs is forgive, forget, and you can live better. I couldn't get that up north. It was just so easy to start World War III. And I know, just I don't even have to turn on the news, just by what I went through. I already knew the war was garbage. And just what I was going through, it was like no matter what I did, no matter how many times I tried to change, Hamilton did not let me. Hamilton was staying the way it was. I had to get out of that city. And you know, I had to, that was the only way to move on, and I moved to somewhere better, safer, and a lot happier and more successful. And it's just like opening more doors. Like in Hamilton, doors wouldn't open, it just budged open. It budged, and then you had to squeeze your way in, and then there was a trap door. Here, there's just more doors opening more and more and more. Even if it's just not, you know, maybe you want this job, and it opened for you, but you didn't get it, there's still another door open. It's not like the door closed and you got to go all the way back. Yeah. Go back to the line. No. Yeah. There's just more doors open. It's like, okay, it's waiting for you, just not yet. Yeah. So that's what I see it out here. And
I think it also might be just because like this environment you're in, like it changes you as a person, that you're more optimistic and you're putting out more positive energy, or you come across like the way you kind of carry yourself and people take a note of it, and then through that it can open opportunities that way, rather than, like, I'm sure Orlando probably has overall more opportunities than Hamilton itself, but like if you were the same person you are right now and you went back to Hamilton, you think you'd find more opportunity now versus like back then when you were different in like your mindset or perspective and such?
Maybe maybe more opportunities than I had in the past.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit. Yeah. Maybe a little more happy because I have the Florida in me. But I wouldn't. No, I could not move on. I couldn't be where I'm at and getting more from being in Hamilton. Yeah. It was just so dark where I was at. It literally was. I go to downtown Hamilton. It was Dawn of the Dead. I go down there, and I saw witchcraft, satanic people at malls. I saw that. I go inside Jackson Square. That's one of the main malls, and I would see needles in the men's bathroom. It was very disturbing to see that stuff. I would see deranged, homeless people that were hooked on drugs, and you don't know if they were going to erupt, if they were going to explode. Right. I would see people in pajamas. I see all kinds of poverty. It was like being in a third world country. It was really rough. I show pictures and videos to my friends down here, and they're shocked. Like, damn, bro, you went through that?
Is there like, for like the rest of Canada, is that like fairly